Hi, I'm Pamaya Wickramasinghe and I'm a third-year interior design student. I chose to do interior design because I've always been inspired behind the creation of spaces and just how much effort and thought and personality goes into creating these spaces. During quarantine, I used to spend time with my father just going through shows and just talking about how creative people are, and that really inspired me to choose this program specifically. By having these really unique spaces catered towards individuals and their unique touches made me want to do that myself, think about people and just incorporate and create spaces for them, the people who would live in these spaces. My final major project is Spectrum, which is in Latin, it translates to a hope center. So this is catered towards the youth of Sri Lanka. So we're having this issue in our country where there's brain drain happening. A lot of educated individuals are leaving the country in hopes of better opportunities elsewhere. So I tried creating this space where it's similar to a think tank or 19th century French salon where they would get together. It's a very casual space where they would create a community for themselves, a very relaxed and safe environment where they could communicate their ideas. And what happens in this space is they would talk about issues of a political, environmental, or even social nature, just come together and have these conversations. So the inspiration for my space comes from this poem by Emily Dickinson, where she talks about hope as this little bird going through these harsh obstacles, such as storms, seas, and blizzards. So my space is inspired by this journey this bird takes. So the design language comes from the eye of the storm, where the central space is supposed to be all the hope in the space, while all the roads that lead to it are somewhat inspired by despair. The reason why I decided to incorporate despair along with a hope is to create a contrast and really emphasize on these elements of hope. So in this space, there's a central area with a large opening in the roof. So by using light and colors, I've tried inspiring the image of hope into the space. By having these elements of light flowing directly into the space, it's supposed to inspire a hopeful space, while other spaces known as despair are a bit of a darker tone. Even the colors used and certain design choices such as the flooring or the ceiling is supposed to be somewhat unnerving, but I've always made sure to include elements of hope at the end. So all the space doesn't necessarily have closed rooms, they all open and they always lead to the central area of hope. So my future plans is to get into the industry, get some experience, take the knowledge that I've learned through these 3 years and implement it into my work and see where it can take me. And at some point I would like to perhaps create my own space that is uniquely mine, and I want to take all the knowledge that I've learned through education and the industry and make it into a reality. So thank you.